Let's go. What's up, folks? It is I, Will, with Exposing the IWC. And we've got some things to talk about today. Some topics. I'm not really going to go through like step for step Smackdown. It's kind of boring. There's other channels will do that. I'm going to focus on like 4 or 5 topics in particular. And after the stream, if I miss something on Smackdown, you want me to talk about it, I'll dive into that specifically. But I'm gonna go through like 4 or 5 specific topics instead of just going step by step what happened on Smackdown. I'm gonna talk about, I really talk about what happened with this whole last woman standing situation with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. What does that mean? Does it matter? Does it change my opinion on the match? Talk about that. I'll talk about Tiffany's cash in. Are they dragging it? Is it taking too long? Talk about Cody and Kevin Owens in this whole ladder match scenario. Talk about Jade Cargill and who attacked her, stuff like that. So we'll be diving into that. I may even talk about, there's a show tonight, right? AEW? Wasn't it? AEW World's End, some shit like that? I can't remember the name of the damn PLE. That's hilarious. I'm sorry, pay-per-view. They have a show tonight. I may talk about that. Rampage was shut down in kayfabe by Moxley, which is not the worst idea ever, but if you don't know, last night Moxley went backstage into production room and shut down Rampage. So no more Rampage ever again. It's done. But in kayfabe, it was shut down by Moxley. That's a fine idea. We may talk about that. Also, I'll probably remind you guys that there's also a big match, not a big match, but a big show tomorrow in the Joshi scene, which is Dream Queendom. Okay, I already talked about that in my specific Joshi stream I did yesterday or 2 days ago. But I'll remind you guys at the end of the stream to go watch that if you can, if you care. You know, it's a very good card. A lot of great and talented women on there. We'll talk about that as well. So do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel. No clue, you don't watch Rampage. And give me your thoughts in the comments below. We're going to dive into, let's talk about Liv and Rhea Ripley, because that happened 2 days ago and I missed it. I didn't really talk about it and I really miss it, but I didn't talk about it. Let's see. Let's talk about that now. Here we go. So, if you didn't know, there's now a stipulation on the Liv Morgan Rhea Ripley match. It is now a last woman standing match. Good, cool. I mean, this would be a big match for the debut of Raw on Netflix. That's what they're going for. They're going for like a Mania-like feel. Awesome. At this point, even the biggest Liv Morgan stan will have to concede that it's not looking too good for the girl. Okay, I think it's over. It has to end here. The only chance I gave for this storyline or this feud to continue was if it was a standard singles match and maybe Becky Lynch came down and interfered by maybe being a tweener and attacking them both, causing a DQ. But at this point, it's over, folks. I mean, let's count the ways. Let's count the ways why this is over. I always thought that the third match would be the end of it, right? They had a match at SummerSlam, Dom interfered. They had a match at Bad Blood, Raquel interfered. The third match, it'd be over. Now, I thought the third match would happen at Mania, but it's happening on Netflix. So it's over with the third match, right? That's number 1. Number 2, it is, well, we wonder, will there be a stipulation? How can you have this match or this storyline end, this feud end, without a stipulation? Well, now we got one. A big stipulation, last woman standing, right? It's no DQ, so you can't get bailed out by a Becky Lynch attack that would cause a DQ, right? So that's not happening. They decided to end the Raquel Rhea Ripley feud. I said if they wanted to drag this out to Mania, they could have Raquel and Rhea be in a feud. They decided not to do that. So it's over, folks, okay? What are the other reasons? Let's see. They probably want a title change on the big show, the Netflix show. They want to have a big title change there. Also, a lot of people will be tuning in for the first time. There was a tweet that I think Discussing Films put out. Discussing Films put out a tweet that said, hey, Netflix will be on, WWE will be on Netflix going forward. And a lot of people in the responses said, oh, I haven't watched wrestling in a while. I haven't watched in a while. Is it good? Maybe I'll check it out. I haven't seen wrestling in a while. A lot of people were talking about how they haven't watched wrestling in a long time. Do you think Triple H is going to introduce the new audience, the new, this now these people who will be tuning in across the world? Do you think he's going to introduce them to Rhea Ripley, his daughter, in a loss where she's down for the count, a 10 count? I don't think so, okay? He called the woman a superhero. She's a superhero. That's what he said. There's no way he's going to introduce her to the new audience, this new large audience, with a loss, especially in a 10 count scenario. It's over. Okay, it's over. Liv Morgan, you had a great run here. I enjoyed your work here as a heel. Your character work was good. I like your mic work has improved tremendously. I would give her flowers, but I have to say, Liv Morgan, what was she calling it after the Revenge Tour? She called it the World Tour. Liv Morgan World Tour, it's over on Netflix. And I think the last woman standing match announcement kind of seals it. So it was a good run. It's a good run for Liv Morgan, but it's over. Now, someone would say, what's going to happen next? I don't know. Rhea Ripley's storylines going forward may be a little rough, okay? This is all she had. Liv Morgan is in a better position than Rhea Ripley is. Liv Morgan has the Judgment Day storyline with Finn and Dom. She has potentially a storyline with Becky Lynch coming up, right? It's not about who's champion. I always say this. I always want to drill this into your heads. It's not about who's champion. It's about who has the storyline, who has the TV time, okay? Look at Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is Wrestler of the Year. How long was he champion? 5 minutes, right? It's not about how long you've been champion. It's about who has the compelling story. Liv Morgan has more lined up for her with Finn, with Dom, with Becky Lynch potentially going forward than Rhea does. Rhea might be champion and do nothing until Mania. Boring, it's not about who's champion, it's about who has the storyline. So Liv Morgan fans, I've been kind of proud of Liv Morgan's fans recently. They haven't really been stressing this or making a big deal. They've kind of been accepting of it. Yeah, she'll probably lose. Now, I think part of that is they're tired of this feud because they think that Rhea Ripley keeps making Liv Morgan look bad with how Rhea Ripley is being booked. They don't like it. So they're like, yeah, just end this thing. We don't need her to be champion. Just get out of here. We're tired of this Rhea Ripley stuff. Let's end it, right? So that's part of why they've been taking it pretty well. But anyway, regardless, I'm proud of the Liv Morgan stands. They've been pretty chill about this. I think it's over. Liv can move on to Becky Lynch or have a good storyline with Dom and Finn or whatever with the Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley might be out in the cold creatively after this, honestly. So we'll see how this goes. But it's over. We can all move on. The IWC can get what they want. They all want it to be over. Well, now it's going to be over. Let's see what it is. Let's see if it's going to be any better. Probably not, for Rhea Ripley at least. That's my thoughts on this. It's over. Will it main event? Probably not. But it'll probably get a lot of time on that 3-hour show. Raquel will probably get in there. Dom will get in there. Will Becky Lynch get in there? I don't know. Maybe. Will Rhea Ripley go full on Super Rhea by herself and take out Dom, Raquel, and Liv Morgan? It's possible. The way they want to book her as a superhero, as a big star on the big show, I think Rhea Ripley will be Super Rhea. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. It's fine. We'll see how it goes. Your thoughts? It's over for Liv Morgan. I agree. It is over. Let me cook. Transfer window happens. Naomi gets to Raw as a heel. Feeds with Rhea Ripley. David, go back to sleep. It has to end. Rhea doesn't have to pin her to end the feud as she already pinned her twice. Correct. Exactly. You're right. Some people said, oh, but wouldn't it be weird if she doesn't pin her? No, she pinned her already a couple times now. At War Games, she pinned her on that damn show that had a tag team match, the mixed tag match. She's been pinned. Now it's about just ending the feud. So last women's standing match, 10 count, it's over for Liv Morgan. What's up, Noob? What's up, David? What's up, Maya? What's up? How you doing? Not Becky. Bianca and Bayley feud technically ended after their War Games standing. Yep, that's true. Now, I did say that last time Rhea Ripley was in a last standing match, she lost. But that was in NXT. That was to Raquel. They were trying to move on from Rhea Ripley. They're trying to move her to the main roster. So different scenario. That's not happening. His daughter, as in Rhea Ripley, is not losing to Liv Morgan on the first show on Netflix. It's not happening. He's going to introduce his daughter to the world as Super Rhea, champion, strong character, and that'll be that. And we'll see what happens after that. That's all. But no, it's over, okay? Liv, you had a good run. A great run, if you ask me, considering where she was before. Now it's over. And I still think she has storylines set for her. So we don't need to cry for Liv Morgan. We don't need to be all sad for Liv Morgan. She had a good run. And now we'll see what happens next. What are your thoughts on this? Leave me a comment below. Give me your thoughts. Tell me if you think Liv Morgan should lose. Is she going to lose? Are you scared about Rhea Ripley's storylines going forward? Give me your thoughts below. All right, let's move on to the next topic, which will be, let's see. What I want to talk about next. Let's talk about Tiffany and Nia Jax, because kind of all together. We'll talk about that here in a second. So, kind of opened up with Bianca and two storylines. So I want to give the writers credit here. I think the opening segment did well for addressing the two storylines that are happening here. So we have the whole whodunit storyline with Jade Cargill. Who took her out? Who done it? And we also have the storyline with Tiffany and Candice LeRae and Nia Jax. I think the writers and the commentators did a good job kind of laying the foundation for the storylines here. So we have Bianca Belair and Naomi here having a conversation with Kathy Kelly, talking about going out there and facing, the heels here, like Team Heel, which is Nia, Candice, and Tiffany. Talked about how they want to find out who attacked Jade Cargill. That's not off their radar. They still care about that, right? For me, they're not really trying very hard, okay? I wanted them to really be trying to, like, going around, trying to be Detective Bianca, Detective Naomi, figure it out. But they're not really doing that. They're kind of talking about figuring it out, but they're not really doing that, if you ask me. But that's neither here nor there. Then Bayley walks up, say, yeah, Bayley's here, right? So we have Bayley teaming up with Bianca for the first time since War Games. They're all buddy here. Bianca's trying to be warm to Bayley. Bayley's kind of joking around with her, but Bianca's kind of keeping her at her arm's length. All right, we're cool, but we're not that cool yet, Now, talk about this later. We'll come to Bianca Belair and Nia Jax's accusation. But this is nice. It's cool. They're together. They're hanging out. Naomi's all smiles. Bianca's kind of grinning here. It's interesting. I thought this was not handled the best. If it were me, I would have had the Bianca forgiving Bayley storyline be better. But maybe they have a better storyline coming up here. I don't know. But I just thought it'd be a bigger deal, this whole coming together. I thought the storyline would be better. Just more, be more to it. But they're cool now, and not that. Gotta accept that they didn't really make it that interesting or compelling, but it is what it is, okay? Bianca's cool with Bayley. Came out there, now the whole entire time she's walking down the ramp, she's swinging her braid on the right side, right? And Bayley's avoiding her braid is hilarious. Like, go watch it again. She keeps trying to dodge the braid the entire time because she's on the right side. And when she's swinging on the right side, Bayley's in the range of the braid. She's trying to dive and dodge it the entire time. It's funny. Go back and watch that. It's hilarious. So Bayley's trying to dodge the braid the entire time. They get to the ring. It's all, they're jamming to Bianca's entrance music. I never needed you at all. They're having a good old time. Naomi's, throwing ass. Bayley's having a good old time, And then Tiffany comes out by herself. So Tiffany is already being separated from Naomi and Candice right here. Comes out by herself with her briefcase. And then you have Nia Jax come out here and cut a promo. Now, this promo that Nia Jax cut is hilarious to me. It kind of like echoes some of the IWC and their nonsense when it comes to Bianca and how Bianca is the one that attacked Jade, even though it makes no sense. Now, I'm laughing at this promo as Nia Jax talked about how Bianca, she's jealous of Jade. Jade's bigger, she's stronger, she's better, and she was tired of having the spotlight, and she snapped, right? I'm laughing, right? Then as I'm laughing, I'm realizing there are people who are watching this damn promo thinking, exactly. There's people who are agreeing with Nia Jax here. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm just laughing my ass off. Like, this is her. For me, this promo was telling me how dumb the idea was. It was clear and stupid how this was. What? You're jealous of Jade Cargill. Why? You didn't want to share the spotlight, yet you went and tried to get the tag titles back when you lost it. You were the one getting all the pins, so what are you talking about? Like, it's this foolishness. But I know that people who are watching it like, exactly, Nia, exactly. I'm laughing my ass off about it. It's hilarious. Nia Jax coming down here as a heel, telling the audience, oh, it's Bianca did it. That should be storytelling 101 that Bianca didn't do it. Like, that's, like, come on. So far, Liv Morgan has accused Bayley, right? She accused Bayley at War Games, before War Games. Nia Jax has accused Bianca now. On commentary, they brought up the Naomi angle. Like, Michael Cole brought up Naomi and how Naomi had a reason to do it, right? So for me, Naomi's still the most logical thing. It's about logic. Now, I wouldn't put anything past the writers. They're allowed to do something stupid. Like, I'm fully aware they can do something dumb. Okay, but talking about what's smart and what makes sense is probably Naomi, right? But yeah, this whole Bianca attacking Nia Jax. Oh, I'm sorry, Bianca attacking Jade Cargill. Have Nia Jax come out here and say it. It just illustrates how silly it sounds. It makes no sense. What do you mean Bianca was tired of sharing the spotlight? What do you mean Bianca? She's better than her. And what? That's not the story they told, right? That's not the story they told. If they told a story where Jade Cargill was getting all the pins, let's say Jade Cargill was hitting the Jaded in all their matches and getting the pins, the 1, 2, 3, right? And Bianca was kind of on the sidelines while Jade Cargill was getting all the wins in the tag matches, then maybe you can tell that storyline. But that's not what they did. Bianca was getting the pins. Jade was kind of just there. She was just a hot tag merchant on the side. Bianca was getting the pins. She was hitting the KODs. She was cutting the promos. She was getting the spotlight. She was the one actively trying to get the tag titles back when they lost it. It makes no sense. So I'm hoping that Nia Jax coming out here as a heel and saying it out loud, it was probably Bianca. It just shows that no, that's not the route they're going. That's silly. It doesn't make any sense. They're going a different route via Naomi or maybe somebody else. We'll talk about that later. Okay. Does that make sense? That makes sense? Okay, so Liv Morgan has accused Bayley. Nia Jax has accused Bianca. Michael Cole kind of brought it up with Naomi, but it's not really official accusing. Like a heel hasn't come out and said anything about Naomi. So we'll kind of put the Michael Cole thing to the side here when it comes to Naomi, but full on Liv Morgan to Bayley, Nia Jax to Bianca. So we'll see. Okay, we'll see. I'm not going to put it past the writers to do something stupid, but we already established that the attack happened during her match. That's what they said earlier. They can always go back on that, but it ultimately just doesn't make any sense. Like, no matter how you slice it, no matter how you cut it up, Bianca attacking Jade Cargill is dumb. And I'm hoping that Nia Jax coming out there and saying, accusing her and laying out her reasons, her evidence, would kind of put it to bed. But we'll see. Okay, we'll see. Now, she also took the time to shit on Tiffany. I do really think Tiffany, who cost us the match last week, would come out here and like come up with a good plan to take out Jade. So what I like about this is they took the time to address both storylines. They addressed the Nia Jax accusing Bianca and kind of bringing in the Jade Cargill of it all. And it also addressed Tiffany and how she feels within this dynamic of Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. So she's mad. I like the carryover. Last week, Tiffany did not hand over the briefcase quick enough and they lost. So she blames Tiffany for the tag team loss. Because they wanted the tag team championship, they lost it last week. She blames Tiffany. Cool. And now she's still upset. So she's shitting on her. She's shitting on her more than she did before. It is because of what happened last week. So I like the carryover, right? Oh, that's good. Bianca's kind of like chilling, like, okay, I hear the accusation, whatever. I'm cool. I'm not bothered because I know I didn't do it, right? Whatever. So we have this match. It was good. Gave him a lot of time. Bayley did a dive to the outside on Candice LeRae. They all hit a dive to the outside here. Take out the heels. It was kind of a good spot here. Naomi put her goodies in Nia Jax's face, which was nice. Now, Nikki Cross had been biting Scarlett's butt on the house shows. Nia Jax hadn't figured that one out yet. So maybe Nia Jax should bite her goodies next week or try that. Maybe that'll help her deal with this move. So the whole entire match, another thing I like about the storytelling here, storytelling within the match is good, well produced. The entire time this match is happening, Tiffany starts the match, and then once she tags out, she keeps trying to get back in the match, and they will not tag her in. They refuse to. Nia Jax won't do it, and Candice LeRae won't do it. So here you see her, she's tagging herself in, because she felt forced to do it, because they wouldn't tag her the entire time. And then she gets mad, then they get mad at her, like, I'm just trying to help, you won't tag me in. So I like the continuation of this storyline throughout the match. And I like how Michael Cole and I'm blanking on my man's name. Michael Cole and Corey Graves, geez. I like how they're bringing up both storylines throughout the match, really highlighting the stories here. So that was good. So she's mad because she's not getting tagged in, and they're kind of freezing her out because they're mad about her, screwing her. Well, they didn't really screw them. She didn't screw them. It was a mistake. Like, she just it didn't work out last week. But they blame her for the tag team loss, which I like. Okay, that's good. They're bringing it up here. Nia Jax putting her goodies on Bayley here. And then right before the commercial break, she tells Candice LeRae, good job, Candice. You're doing a great job. Highlighting that they're ignoring Tiffany, which is great. So I like the story beats here. A lot of story beats, a lot of focusing on the storylines here and the characters. So that was good. Good job, Candice. Bad Tiffany. Good Candice, right? Good stuff. Here, another funny moment that happened during the commercial break. Nia Jax goes for the tag in, and she goes to tag in Tiffany and fakes her out and goes to Candice LeRae. So she's trolling her as well. So not only are they not tagging her in, they're trolling her the entire time. Like, nope. So it's funny. It's good, it's funny stuff. It's hilarious. Tiffany's getting a lot of sympathy here. I hope that's a plan. I hope the plan is to give Tiffany a lot of sympathy because right now she's getting a lot of babyface energy. Do you hear the crowd? Did you hear the crowd when Tiffany got in the match with Nia Jax? Well, not against Nia Jax, but later on she gets in the match with Naomi because she at this point she had no choice. After the commercial break comes back, Nia Jax is laid out on the side, or she's kind of on the side here, and Candice LeRae has no choice but to tag in Tiffany. Now she doesn't have a choice. She's hurt. She tags her in. The crowd is hot for Tiffany, big time. They are cheering for her over Naomi in the match. It's kind of getting ridiculous at this point. They gotta choose something here. The writers do. Tiffany is getting a lot of babyface energy. Pull the trigger. I like her as a heel. She's a great heel. But at this point, a lot of sympathy for her. They feel sorry for her. They want to see the cash in. They want to see it desperately. It's time. It's tweener or babyface going forward. You can't mess around anymore. She's too over. She's way too over. How was hot for her, the entire hot tag here. They were booing Naomi kind of. It is too much now. You can't really deny it. Once you put her in a storyline where she's opposing Nia Jax, she's already over. Now we have her opposing Nia, who is the ultimate heel. Can't mess around anymore. Gotta have full-on babyface Tiffany, or at least tweener. It can't be full-on heel anymore. It's over, folks. She has the fan support. She has the fan support. There was a nice move by Naomi here. But satisfaction. That was nice little Tiffany, not Tiffany, but Trish Stratus tribute here. Lovely stuff here. Well done. Nia Jax and Naomi have good chemistry in the ring. They do a lot of good shit, so credit to them there. And then we had the cash in attempt. Now, there was a moment in the match where Tiffany was standing and nobody else was. Everybody else was laid out on the mat or on the ground, just, taking a nap. And she was standing tall. And then came was she going to cash in? Here comes the cash in attempt, right? This keeps happening over and over again. And it's kind of getting repetitive here. The crowd wants it. The crowd's hot for it. She's getting a lot of sympathy. So in a way you can say it's working because the crowd loves her even more every time she tries it. But at this point, the question is it dragging? Is it dragging? Are they taking too long? Now, if you asked me a couple months ago, I would have said, I want her to cash in after Mania. But at this point, they've played around too much that you kind of have to do it now. They've done it way too much now to not do it. So I have to say it probably needs to happen within the next month. But here we have another situation where Tiffany goes to cash in and it gets thwarted. This time by Candice LeRae. He openly yells out, I want to be champion. I want to be champion. I want to be champion. At this point, Nia Jax cannot keep her around. This story needs to progress. Nia has to do something. Nia has to do something. It's stupid to have Tiffany hanging around while you know she's actively trying to cash in on you. It's stupid. Address it. Have Nia Jax attack Tiffany. I don't know, do something. Because at this point, it's so stupid that she's hanging around with Tiffany when she knows that damn well knows she wants to cash in on her. She's yelling it out. And this time the commentary called it out. Michael Cole said, You hear her? You hear what she said? She wants to cash in. She wants to be champion. She said she wants to be a champion. Okay, it's official now. It's clear. Do something. By that I mean advance the damn storyline. Creative team, writers, do something next week. This is the first 3-hour Smackdown. 3-hour Smackdown. Do something. Okay? Nia Jax had to do something here. It's getting ridiculous. Can't have her coming with a damn briefcase every damn week, trying to cash in, have it be stopped, and just move on like nothing happened. Okay. Next, we had the pin here by Naomi. Nia Jax is taking it back. Like, wow, I lost again. Who's to blame this time? Probably Tiffany. Do something next week, Nia. Do something, for the love of God. And then we have the winner standing tall with Bayley going in for a hug at first. Tried to hug Bianca. Bianca said, nah, we're good. Let's do a fist pump. I don't like you like that. We're not cool like that, all right? And that was kind of the end of the match. All right, good match. A lot of time, like 25 minutes. Solid stuff. And you have Naomi standing tall with her friends and Nia Jax sitting here contemplating what she needs to do next. I'm telling you, if next week she walks around with Tiffany like nothing happened and they're hanging around like they're still a faction, I'm going to be pissed. Advance the storyline. You have a woman who is actively trying to cash in on you. Advance the damn storyline. Do something, Nia Jax, for the love of God. Thoughts? It's obvious Tiffany is going to cash in on Nia. The question is when. I agree. At this point, it's about when, right? The crowd wants it. If don't give them what the crowd wants at this point, if you don't give the crowd what they want at this point, it's kind of malpractice. It needs to happen. You can't wait for past Mania now. It's too late. She must cash in on Nia Jax, right? I don't think Nia Jax will be champion heading into Mania. Therefore, Tiffany must cash in before Mania. It must happen before Mania. So we'll see when that happens. Let's see anything in the chat here about this. Tiffany said she'll be in LA to watch the match between Julia and Roxanne. That is true. And cashing in on them. Yep, I agree. I think they're just highlighting that match, doing eyes on that match. Will she be there? Maybe. Will she cash in? No. Nia Jax should give Tiffany an ultimatum. Here's the ultimatum, Tiffany. Cash in on Chelsea Green, or I'm gonna whoop your ass. Now, I'm not saying she should cash in on I'm just saying that's what the ultimatum should be. Do something. Like say, hey, go cash in on Liv Morgan. Got a week to do it. Got 1 week. Cash in on Liv, cash in on Chelsea Green, or I'm gonna whoop your ass. Something. Advance the storyline, all right? Because this whole, hey, Tiffany, we're gonna pick on you and make you feel like shit while you're actively trying to cash in on me makes no sense. So I need Nia Jax to do something. Do something, Nia Jax, for the love of God. And then we had this. So that's my thought process on Tiffany Stratton. I think at this point, it has to happen before Mania. It has to happen within the next month, probably. The crowd is hot for it. Crowd wants it. They love her. Pull the trigger. She'll be face. She'll be face. What does that mean for a returning Charlotte Flair? I don't know. What does that mean for Naomi? Assuming she did attack Jade Cargill, I don't know. How are these storylines going to intertwine, if at all? Will it separate it? Will it be Nia Jax, Tiffany, Candice LeRae on their own, away from the Jade stuff? Probably. How will that go about? I don't know. When will it happen? I guess we got to talk about that, right? In fact, next week, we have a match. Champion Nia Jax taking on one half of the women's champion, Naomi. This is kind of weird, right? Can someone give me the kayfabe reason why this match is happening? Can you give me the kayfabe reason, not the backstage reason, not the, you want to have a title match on the big show here, the first 3-hour show? No, not that. What is the kayfabe reason why this match is happening? Because Naomi did not pin Nia Jax yesterday. That didn't happen. So why is it happening? Tell me. Come on, anyone? Anyone? Can someone tell me why this match is happening? I'm surprised they're doing this rematch instead of doing Bianca now. Yeah, instead of doing Bianca and Nia Jax. Yep. Considering Bianca pinned Nia. When did Bianca pin Nia? When did that happen? Did it happen? When did that happen? Remind me. Have a big moment? Okay. Kayfabe reason is that Jade could return. Well, that's the that's not a kayfabe reason. That's the creative reason. The creative reason is to have it so that Jade can interrupt it or Charlotte Flair can interrupt it. That's like the backstage writer reason. I'm talking about the kayfabe within the storyline reason. There is none. This is weird, right? Bianca pinned Nia Jax before Survivor Series. Okay, I think I remember that. My mind is going crazy. All right, so here's my thing. This seems weird. There is no strong kayfabe reason why this rematch is happening. She lost. Now you can say it wasn't fair because Candice LeRae did interfere in the match, right? Tiffany and Candice LeRae interfered. But that's not new. That always happens. There's always some kind of interference, right? Like, look at Rhea Ripley, a bunch of interferences. So that doesn't really justify a rematch. This match feels weird to me. I feel like almost as if this match is not going to happen. Hear me out here. Hear me out. What if Naomi gets attacked before the match? What if whoever attacked Jade Cargill attacked Naomi, assuming Naomi didn't do it? This match just feels weird. It's definitely a story-driven match. There's not a, oh, we need a match for the card, so here's a match. No, this is a story-driven match. It's happening to facilitate a storyline. The question is, what is the story? Does it involve Jade Cargill? Does it involve the cash-in? Does it involve Charlotte Flair? I would not be shocked if this match does not happen. It feels out of the blue. Okay, it just feels out of the blue. Something could happen here before the match, for all I know. Okay, but I'm kind of happy that I don't know shit. I'm the first to admit it. When it comes to this booking of the Jade stuff and the Nia Jax Tiffany stuff, I don't know. And that's a good thing. I prefer not to know. I prefer to be surprised. I don't love it when I have it all figured out. And when it comes to this stuff with Nia Jax, with Jade Cargill, I don't know what they're doing here. This match seems random as shit, considering we just had this match not too long ago. And considering they know that people want Bianca and Nia Jax at this point. Nia Jax accused Bianca last night. So wouldn't they do a Bianca Nia Jax match, considering Bianca is upset with Nia Jax for accusing her, considering they haven't had a one-on-one match for the title yet? That would have made more sense. But they're going with the Naomi Nia Jax route. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, let's say Naomi did attack Jade Cargill. How does this match play into that? Jade Cargill show up? Does she show up? Does Naomi lose clean or lose due to interference? And she shows her heelish ways by being upset with Bianca and Bayley. So let's say she loses, and Bianca and Bayley tried to help, but the interference still got to her. Let's say Nia Jax still benefited from the interferences. After the match, she could be upset. How come y'all didn't help me? What happened? She can show her heel tendencies after the match. Or Jade Cargill can show up. That is, if she did attack Jade Cargill. If it was not her, and it was, I don't know, maybe Charlotte Flair. I don't know. I honestly do not know. It's unpredictable. It's unpredictable. When will Bianca hit the KOD? That's a damn good question. It needs to happen at some point. Maybe Saturday night main event. Now I thought that Bianca might face Nia Jax at Saturday night main event, but I do believe Charlotte Flair is returning next week. Let's talk about Charlotte Flair real quick. Let's just talk about it. Perfect time. Charlotte freaking Flair. Charlotte Flair, I believe, is showing up next week. And Charlotte Flair will be in town for Smackdown, and we'll get Charlotte Flair on the show in some capacity. We're going to get Charlotte Flair. Now, the reports are that she may be coming with a different type of vibe, a different type of character, maybe a little darker, maybe a heel. Let's just go ahead and address it. Did Charlotte Flair attack Jade Cargill? Did she attack Jade? Does it make sense Is it something they could do? Yada, 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 right? If she attacked Jade Cargill, they'd have to do a damn good job to explain why she would do that. Now, she's been off screen, so you can make it up completely. Like, there's no, like, months and months to analyze. She's been off screen. So when she comes up on screen, she'll have to explain herself why she would do that, right? If she attacked Jade Cargill, I'm not saying she did, but if she did, that puts her in line with Bianca in a feud there, clear feud with Bianca. What does that mean for Naomi? May have to have Charlotte Flair take out Naomi as well. I would think. Would that lead to Bianca, Charlotte Flair at Mania? Potentially. If she's a heel, right? What does that mean for Tiffany in her run? Assuming Tiffany catches in successfully. And if Charlotte Flair is a heel, what does that mean for Tiffany? It's just so many moving parts. I don't know shit. I'm confused. I don't know. Well, not confused. I don't know. I do not know. Je ne sais pas. I don't know. I prefer Charlotte Flair attacking Jade than Bianca attacking Jade. The number one thing for me is Naomi. That's the best storyline. Naomi attacking Jade. But I'd take Charlotte Flair attacking Jade over Bianca, because at least they may have a chance to make it make sense. Maybe. Some people say, oh, well, Charlotte Flair had a face-off with Jade Cargill. So did Becky Lynch. Like, who cares? That's not really a motivation to attack. They have to explain it. That's all. They have to explain it. And why would she attack Jade Cargill and not Naomi? Like, what is it about Jade that she hates? It would take a lot of explanation. A lot of explanation to make that work. They should probably just go with Naomi. Okay, but we'll see. I'm not fully pushing aside the Charlotte Flair route, depending on the character. Is she a heel? Is she going to be a darker version of herself? What are they doing with her? Yada, yada, right? I don't know. But next week, on the first 3-hour show, I do believe we'll get a return of Charlotte Flair on that show. She's ready to go. She's ready to go. Why are you saving her for Rumble? It doesn't make any sense. Why save her for Saturday night main event? Why? First 3-hour show, you bring Charlotte Flair back to bring in the new 2025, the new year. That's what I would do. It'll be interesting to see where she falls. Will she fall going right at Nia Jax? Will it be more of a Tiffany thing? Will it be the Bianca storyline? I don't know, but I'm interested. Yeah, that's another thing I talked about before. That Bianca and Charlotte Flair were teaming up before, right? They were a tag team before, and then Charlotte Flair tore her ACL, right? But they're teaming up before. And I believe they're building towards the Bianca Belair Charlotte Flair Mania match. Now, there is a possibility that Bianca and Charlotte Flair, that match is something Triple H wants to do. Well, we know he wants to do it, right? We know that. We know he wants to do Bianca Charlotte Flair. He tried it 2 years in a row. Something keeps happening. Something keeps getting in the way. Last year it was the ACL tear, but he wants to do that match. We know that. Could he try to pull the trigger this year? Okay, tried it before, tried it again. Now, by God, we're going to do it. Damn it, we're going to get it done this year. Possible. What would you rather see? Charlotte Flair Tiffany or Charlotte Flair Bianca Belair? I asked the chat, what do you rather see? Bianca Belair Charlotte or Charlotte Tiffany? For me, it's Bianca Charlotte Flair. Question is, how do you do it? How do you do it and have it make sense? There's nothing worse than a stupid storyline, right? So, Bianca and Charlotte Flair were hanging out a lot during the time right before Charlotte Flair got injured. They were tag teaming. Now, they weren't chasing the tag titles, but they were tag teaming, right? A lot. Is there something that can be done there? I don't know. Bianca, Charlotte Flair, Charlotte, Bianca. Could Charlotte Flair return in a faction? Sure, she could. Sure, she could. Would I bet on it? No, but it's possible. Could you see Kiana, Thea, Charlotte heel team? I love Charlotte Flair to have a heel team. That'd be cool. I love her to have a team. Bianca versus Charlotte is more interesting, but I would pick Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany because of the timing. Sure, I don't want Bianca in another tag team match. I preaching to the choir, but I think that's going to happen. Unfortunately, I think it's going to happen. Yeah, it's going to be Yeah, so this is right before the injury, folks. This is right before the injury. A lot of Charlotte and Bianca together. Where was this going to go? Where was it headed? Where was this headed? Right? Where was this going to go? We will never know because the ACL tear. But I think it was going to be a Mania match between the two. But we'll never know what the plan was because unfortunately Charlotte Flair tore ACL. So yeah, folks, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. At least it'll be, at least we don't know. At least it's going to be a surprise, right? It'll be a surprise. We don't know what's going to happen. So we can only hope for the best. Only hope for the best. But I do believe that the Charlotte Flair return will send shockwaves within the storytelling. Like, once that happens, that'll set everything in motion. Whatever the plans are for Bianca, for Nia, for Tiffany, when Charlotte Flair music hits, that will start the ripple effect of the actual storylines going forward into Mania season. So hopefully it happens next week so we can get started. But yeah, I think Charlotte Flair will return on a 3-hour show and we'll get cooking. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Charlotte beat Bianca Belair is what they've been trying to do. Will they do it again? We'll see. Triple H dragged shit out for real. I remember when Tiffany cash-in was hot. Yeah, it's been a while. Now because it's a cash-in, it'll still be hot, right? People always will pop for the cash-in, in the crowd at least. Like the crowd reaction will be hot no matter what. But I agree, it's been kind of repetitive. Like I said, Nia Jax needs to do something next week. She has to do something with Tiffany. They can't go back to nothing happened. They have to address the fact that Tiffany openly said, I want to be champion. You try to cash in on her last night. That's obvious. They can't pretend like it didn't happen. They just can't. Or they can. It'd be dumb. But they can't. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Kevin Owens and the ladder match has been announced. So Kevin Owens, he has been in his car for a while now, cutting some promos. And this time, Nick Aldis wanted him to head to the ring so they discuss what happened with Cody Rhodes and that package pile driver, right? Kevin Owens was like, okay, I'll go to the ring. Well, only you need to be there. Only you. No security guards. None of your stooges. It should be me and you in the ring alone with everybody watching. And we can have a discussion about what happened, right? Because Nick Aldis wants Kevin Owens to relinquish the Winged Eagle belt here. Like, nah, I don't really feel like it, but we'll talk about it in the ring. So we get to the end of the show, the main event segment, and Cody comes out to confront him. But before that, we have a little back and forth between Nick Aldis and Cody Rhodes, right? Not Cody Rhodes, but Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is doing great work, great heel work. In my opinion, he has saved Cody Rhodes' reign here, and all it takes is one heel to do that. I think Cody Rhodes needs to be thanking Kevin Owens for what he's doing here, because before Kevin Owens' character turn here, Cody Rhodes' reign was kind of like meh, right? I think Kevin Owens should be applauded, give him his flowers for making this interesting. Going all the way back to how, if you remember, Cody wanted Kevin Owens to challenge for the belt, and Kevin Owens didn't want to at first, but he kind of like, come on, you deserve this, you earned this, and the crowd was like, yeah, do it, come on, Kevin Owens, you earned this opportunity. Kevin Owens kept losing. Like I keep losing, and why do I have a title shot? I don't deserve this title shot. I keep losing, right? But he got the title shot, had a great match, but they still remained friends afterwards, right? But then Cody had to go and do the whole Georgia Tech Stadium thing with freaking Roman Reigns when they had that damn polished recording of them at the stadium. Then they tagged together for no damn good reason. And to this day, Cody Rhodes has not given a logical reason as to why he teamed with Roman Reigns. So I've been team Kevin Owens the entire time. I'm on your side, my dude. Hook King, you're right. You're right the entire time. Nothing Cody has done with Roman Reigns makes any sense considering what happened, considering what Roman Reigns put Cody through, considering what Roman Reigns put Kevin Owens through. Considering all of that, it makes no sense, okay? So I've been team Kevin Owens the entire time. Now, when he delivered the package power driver, I wasn't upset because I'm enjoying his heel work and he's actually making sense. So then you had Cody come out here to confront the man that gave him a package power driver. He had no neck brace, so his neck's feeling better, I guess. Comes out there, cuts a pretty strong babyface promo, talking about he's there for the fans and for the not there for himself. He's your predictable babyface promo, right? Gets in the ring, yells at him, tells him to shut up. We're gonna do this in a ladder match. Random, but accepted. I love the idea. I love that stipulation. So at the Royal Rumble, I guess both titles, both the Winged Eagle and the WWE Championship will be high in the sky above the ring at the Royal Rumble. Love that stipulation. Love the idea. And it's going to be great. And I trust that Kevin Owens over the next month will make things interesting with that Winged Eagle belt. I just have a lot of trust in Kevin Owens. Him, Drew, they're just really good at making things interesting and compelling. And I'm confident that the storyline will be good. Like I said, Kevin Owens has saved Cody Rhodes' reign for me from being bleh and meh to being pretty good. Go to give him a handshake. Cody's like, how you lost your damn mind? I'm not shaking your hand. You tried to kill me last week, crying out loud. And this is great, hilarious. He pushes Nick Aldis into Cody Rhodes. I don't know how you didn't see that happening. Like, of course you're going to try something. He tried to stomp on his neck. Stomped on his neck, which is funny. I love what Kevin Owens is doing. Great shit. Cody's really selling that neck stomp for real. Look at him. Look at his face. Oh, look, Lee Fitting. Don't show Dave Meltzer. He was certain that Lee Fitting was kind of out of the picture here. Dave Meltzer is just a big senile dumbass. You can quote me on that. Anyway, yeah, Cody is selling this knee stomp on his neck. Poor Cody. If only you would have explained yourself why you tagged Roman Reigns. It made sense. Maybe I actually feel sorry for you, but I don't. Okay. So Cody gets stumped on his neck, and I'm looking forward to the feud. All because I trust that Kevin Owens is gonna cook. So credit to Kevin Owens, credit to Kevin, credit to Drew. The heel work that they do to make these babyface runs interesting and compelling, and must see. The question is, where the hell is Randy? Randy costing Kevin Owens during the ladder match? That could happen. Or maybe after the match he comes out. Because maybe you want, unless someone else interferes, because maybe you want your white meat babyface to win clean, or clean as clean can be, without any interference. Maybe you want him to overcome Kevin Owens by himself. Then maybe Randy Orton comes out after that. But yeah, I could see him interfering for sure. Especially if Kevin Owens doing something diabolical in the match. But it'll be in a stadium, Rumble show. So big moment, big match. Will it be the main event? So will this main event, or will the Rumble match main event? By that I mean the men's Rumble. Will the men's Rumble main event? The way I see it, there's been talk of having 2 shows, or 2 days, or 2 nights for the Rumble. I think it makes sense, considering how long the Rumble is. Typically, right now, you have 2 Rumble matches and 2 matches, right? 2 standard matches and 2 Rumble matches. So 4 matches total. If that's the case, you can do 2 nights with like 5 per show or 4 per show. with the Rumble being like the long hour-long match. So that's what I see happening. It'll be night 1, night 2 Rumble shows, and it'll be 4 matches each, with the Rumble being like an hour and change, right? So that kind of makes sense for a 2-nighter. I hate the idea of a Money in the Bank double nighter. That's stupid. I don't need to see 2 nights of Money in the Bank. That's dumb. Rumble makes sense because of how long Rumble is. You can easily have 8 shows or 8 matches, 4 per show, and have it make sense, right? But yeah, will this match be the main event or the Rumble? I don't know. Probably the Rumble will main event. The men's Rumble probably will still main event, but I don't know. But it's a good match. Nah, it just looks goofy. In what way does not look goofy? Nah, it looks goofy. Yeah, she does look goofy. You're right. She does look goofy. Continuing to have freaking Tiffany hang around. Continuing to have her being your faction and like not acknowledge the fact that she's trying to cash in on you every damn time. Like, who are we kidding? It's been obvious for 3 months what Tiffany has been trying to do. So like, do something, Nia. The men's Rumble will main event because John Cena could appear. That's a fair point. Yeah, I have the men's Rumble main eventing anyway, regardless. But yeah, that's a fair point. So yeah, Cody going through it. I like the feud. It makes sense. I'm happy that Kevin Owens is in this storyline. I have all the trust in the world with his heel work. He'll make it funny. He'll make it interesting. And I'm looking forward to it. So we have a month of Kevin Owens walking around with that damn winged eagle. And we'll see what he does for a month. Because the show is what, February 1st? So that'll be good. That'll be good. So this is where I'll leave it up to you guys what topic you want me to talk about from Smackdown or anywhere or any other show. Because those are the main topics I want to talk about. I mean, we could talk about Rampage for a second here. So Rampage is done. Praise the Lord, rejoice, right? I don't know whose idea it was to have an hour show after Smackdown that came on at 10 p.m. Eastern time. But it's over. Moxley in kayfabe went to the back and told the people in the production room that, hey, shutting it down. After a main event where you had, once again, you had freaking Orange Cassidy, Jay White, Hangman Adam Page go out there and confront Moxley. Got a big freaking brawl. Now Willow was nice to see. Happy to see Willow out there. She went and attacked Marina Shafir. So is that the storyline now? Is it Marina against Willow? That what they have Willow doing? Messing around with the top storyline? If that's the case, then fine. Let Willow beat up Marina. Okay, cool. That gives her something to do. But I'm just like, okay, this feels like a mid-card storyline, but whatever. It's the top storyline. Once again, had them all come out there. A big huge brawl. Tony Storm went out there. They're all out there. Everybody went out there to attack. Then they destroyed the lighting system. The whole place went dark. Then he went to the back with Marina and said, all right, we're shutting it down. No more Rampage. And this is the end of Rampage as we know it. No more Rampage going forward. It'll just be Dynamite and Collision going forward. That is a welcome. I don't need Rampage. Rampage numbers were terrible. The ratings were awful. Nobody watched it. And I think it was a failure ultimately. So this is the new direction. No more Rampage. I'm not complaining about it. Let's focus on Collision. Let's focus on Dynamite, I guess. Let's bring over Athena to Dynamite for crying out loud. And let's pretend like Rampage never happened. Yeah, I don't see Ring of Honor getting anything. No TV deal, I don't think. I doubt it. It would just be Rampage all over again. So no. Maybe we'll go to Max. I don't know what's happening with Max and Dynamite. So, but yeah, so that's the news, folks. Rampage is over. Now there is a pay-per-view tonight, right? A big one for AEW. Let me pull up this card real quick. Talk about this real quick. Tonight's card EW. World's End, by the way. That's the name of the pay-per-view, World's End. Let's see what's on this card. I know we had that damn Fatal 4-Way. They've been teasing for weeks between Moxley, Hangman, Orange Cassidy, and Jay White. We'll see if that's worth a damn. Let me pull up this damn pay-per-view real quick, and we'll see. World's End. W. We'll see if this pay-per-view is any good. Let's give a quick rundown of what's on this damn card. Tonight, are people even excited about the show? Are you guys gonna be watching it? Do you care? Okay, let's see. Should I put it in white or black? Let's do white. Got Tony Storm. Really? Oh, this is like 0 hour. So this is not even on the show. Tony Storm is not on the main card. Okay. Jeff Jarrett against QT Marshall. Okay, not on the card. The Outrunners. Top Flight. Okay, who cares? So these are your 0 hour matches. So Tony Storm is on a 0 hour. Whatever, man. How many matches on this card? Is he 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 8 on the main card. 11 total. Okay, so you have Will Ospreay against Kyle Fletcher. This is a good match. This is a PC match, Continental Classic. I don't know why this is on the. We have the semifinals on the card and the final. I'm assuming. Is the final on the show as well? It is. Here it is. Yeah. So you have semifinals and the final of the Continental Classic on the show. Why is that happening? I don't know. So we got Ospreay against Kyle Fletcher. It's a good match. I'm assuming Will Ospreay will win this time. He lost to Kyle Fletcher before. You have Okada against Ricochet. Another good match. These are all good matches. No doubt. Okay. I just don't like that it's a mid-card belt. This should be the top belt. If you're gonna go through the whole point or this whole. If you're going to take the time to invest in this type of tournament, this type of round robin tournament, I would prefer it be for the top title. And it's not. It's for a mid-card belt. Okay, so whatever. But Okada, Ricochet, Fletcher, Ospreay, these are 2 banger matches. I'm sure it'll be great. I'm not going to hate on that. It'll be good. But I just prefer it be for the top belt. But it's not, which is why the ratings have been down. The ratings for this Continental Classic has been down because it's a mid-card belt and people are not that invested in it. But whatever. Gary, you're not watching World's End? I'll give it a whirl. You got Takeshita against Powerhouse Hobbs with International Championship. A lot of different championships on this damn show. International. The International Championship. This will be fine. Do I care? Not really. But you know, it is what it is. Mariah May against Thunder Rosa. This feels like a match you put on Collision. Thunder Rosa will lose. Mariah May has a storyline with Tony Storm lined up. That's a loss for Thunder Rosa. Okay. MJF against Adam Cole. This story has been abysmal. Been abysmal, folks. It has been the worst. Hopefully it's over here. They're fighting over the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Who gives a shit? MJF, Adam Cole, I don't care who wins. Just end this damn feud. It's been terrible. So that's a match. Got Mercedes Moné against Chris Statlander. Now, Chris Statlander already lost to Mercedes Moné. I don't see Mercedes losing. Already beat Chris. What are they doing here? I don't know. But Mercedes Moné, they probably want to keep her strong for the Athena match. So does it make sense for her to drop the belt to Chris Statlander here? I don't think so. I don't think the feud has warranted a title change. They haven't given the story any weight, any gravitas. So why would this be the end of it for Mercedes Moné? I don't think so. I think Mercedes Moné retains, probably cheating or maybe hook or do something. Hook or crook, she retains. Sorry, Chris. I don't see her dropping the belt here. Got Mercedes winning. She had two matches for the women. Both champions I have retaining, Mariah May and Mercedes Moné. I just realized they're both double M. Mariah May, Mercedes Moné, alliteration there. I just realized that. Anyway, she wins. Moné retains. Okada. Oh yeah, this is that final. So, who wins these two semifinals? I'll go Will Ospreay. Okada's already a champion. So maybe it's Will Ospreay against Ricochet again. They could do the final Ricochet Will Ospreay again, I guess. Why not? Crowd will be hyped for that. Ospreay Ricochet is your final, sure. Then you have the freaking main event, which is the storyline that I'm not really into. Jon Moxley, Orange Cassidy, Hangman, Jay White. Will this be good? Probably. It'll be fine. Will Jon Moxley retain? Of course. And that'll be that. All right. So, yeah, I agree. Ricochet, Ospreay, the final. I think so as well. So it's a solid card. I mean, it's not the worst. It's good wrestling. A lot of good wrestling. Got Okada, Ospreay, Ricochet, Kyle Fletcher, Jay White, Orange Cassidy, Thunder Rosa, Chris Statlander, Mercedes Moné. A lot of good wrestling. So you can't take that away from it. This not really invested in the storylines here, especially not MJF and freaking Adam Cole. But it'd be a good card. It's a good card. It'd be a good show, I'm sure. They all do well with the pay-per-views. So no worries there. So that is AEW's World's End. I'm sure it'll be interesting show. Will I be watching it? I'll have it on in the background. It depends. I won't be like dialed in, but it'll be on. I'll have it on. There's a lot of good wrestling. Beyond that, what else? We have the Dream Kingdom. Dream Kingdom is tomorrow morning, right? Right. So we have Dream Kingdom for Stardom. Big matches are. So I already talked about the show on my last stream. Just a reminder, this show is going down. Big show, right? Here's the two biggest matches on the show, right? For me, red belt and white belt, okay? Sai Kamatani versus Tam Nakano, and Natsupoi taking on Starlight Kid. Starlight Kid, I think, will win. New champion for the white belt. And unfortunately, I think Tam Nakano will retain. Even though I'm rooting for Sai Kamatani, I think Tam will retain for the red belt. So there's that. Okay, go watch my stream I did 2 days ago. I went in depth into all of the Joshi scene, all these matches, storylines, what's going to happen. But got Tam, unfortunately, and I got Starlight Kid. Match of the night could be Starlight Kid, Natsupoi, two great wrestlers, great chemistry. That'd be good. But yeah, big show. Okay, it's their WrestleMania. So Stardom, let you cook. Yeah, great posters, by the way. You're right. Let me highlight that again. Those posters look fantastic, right? They do it well. Lovely. Beautiful. Mercedes will win the AEW Women's Championship in 2025. Well, she'll beat Mariah May. They're currently doing what I believe to be a belt collector storyline with Mercedes Moné. Now, I hate belt collector storylines. I hate it. I don't like one person hogging the belts. All the storylines being about one person. I don't love that. But I do agree, to a certain extent, this is where it's headed. It's headed toward a belt collector storyline. at Wrestle Dynasty, Mercedes will beat Mina Shirakawa, and she'll be having 4 belts. She'll have 4 belts at that point. Assuming she beats Chris Statlander, she'll have 4 belts at that moment. Then you can have Athena challenge her, so that'll be another belt potentially. But I don't think she'll beat. Well, Toni Storm is in line for Mariah May, I think. What are they gonna do with Jamie Hayter? I don't know, but I do believe that Mercedes will have 4 belts for sure. But the belt collector storyline sucks. I hate it. I hate those storylines. Spread out the belts, you know, that's what I think. But we'll see. All right, any questions about anything? Anything on SmackDown? Anything at all? In general? Not exclusive to SmackDown, but any questions at all about anything? Jordynne Grace's TNA contract ends January 19th. That's true. She'll be free agent. Will she go to the main roster or NXT? Main roster is my guess. She already had a NXT run already. Really? She worked with Sol Ruca. She worked with Roxanne Perez. She worked with Paxley. She worked with a lot of NXT talent already. She worked with Carmen Petrovich. So I think she already had her NXT run to a certain extent. So I think that's over. I think she goes straight to the main roster. If she doesn't, it'll be to feud with Zarya. Because you remember in that tag match they had, Zarya speared Jordynne Grace. And they didn't really go back to it. So if she goes to NXT, it'll be to feud with Zarya, which I would embrace. That's a great feud right there. They had a banger match. Was it this year or last year? I think it was this year. They had a banger match earlier this year. So I would welcome that match. But if not that, main roster, she'll debut at the Rumble officially. And she'll be in the mid-card chase on SmackDown or Raw. Either way, she's going to be pushed very strongly. She'll probably have an undefeated streak. I see her winning a mid-card belt very, very soon. I don't think they're going to push her to the top belt right away. It's possible. But I see her beating maybe Chelsea Green. I see her beating maybe Lyra Valkyria. I think she'll be champion in due time on the main roster in the mid-card. That's what I think is going to happen. Can you imagine her, Jordynne Grace, with the U.S. title? That white U.S. title? It'd be beautiful. It'd look amazing. So yeah, anything's possible. Anything's possible. But I see her winning a mid-card belt very, very quickly on the main roster. Imagine she wins Rumble and challenges Rhea Ripley. That's a way to make a star, right? That's not really Triple H's booking. That's a Vince thing, not a Triple H thing. I don't see Triple H pulling the trigger on her like that. She'll probably do like more of a mid-card route first, similar to maybe Gunther. Come in to the mid-card, dominate there, then you elevate to the main roster. Well, not the main roster, to the main title, the top title. So no, I don't think that's going to happen, but it'd be crazy. Especially considering the landscape for Rhea Ripley. If Rhea Ripley beats Liv Morgan, what is there to do? The only match that's there for her is Bianca, but they're not doing that. It's not happening. Can't do Charlotte Flair. Can't do Becky. You're going to do Io Sky? Sure, whatever. She can win the chamber. Fine. But Rhea, or Super Rhea, she'll need some opponents. She'll need something. So would I be shocked if they elevated Jordynne Grace? No, but for the record, Jordan ain't beating Rhea. She ain't beating Rhea. Nobody is. At Mania, the only person who has a chance is Bianca. And that match is not happening until 2026. All right, so. Or at least at Mania. Not happening until 2026, so. Yeah, that'd be cool for Jordynne Grace. Rumble win. That'd be cool. It'd be a shock. How will the locker room feel about that one? A newcomer coming in and is winning the Rumble right away? Bold move, but it's more a Vince move, I think. Any questions about anything at all? Let's see, did I miss anything? Let me look at my bookmarks. Sometime I bookmark something. 3-hour SmackDown next week, first time. That'd be fun. Let's see here. Are they going to have the title on Rhea until Mania or SummerSlam against Bianca Belair? I would love to see a SummerSlam match between Bianca and Rhea Ripley. I think Bianca and Rhea Ripley can have a year-long feud. We're going to have a match at SummerSlam first, have a match at another show, and then have the Mania match. So many people are thinking about one match, like the first match at Mania. No, you have a long trilogy that starts at SummerSlam, goes to Survivor Series, and then ends at Mania. Something like that could work well. So I have no problem with Bianca and Rhea Ripley having a face-off at SummerSlam. So let's say Bianca wins the Queen of the Ring. If she wins the Queen of the Ring, challenges Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam, that'd be cool. Why not? I won't complain about that. I would love a SummerSlam main event, because I believe SummerSlam is 2 nights now, right? Is it 2 nights for 2025? SummerSlam 2025. Let's see. Yep, 2 nights. 2 nights, yeah. So Bianca, Rhea Ripley could be a main event potentially on that card. You know he loves Rhea Ripley. You know he loves his girl, Rhea Ripley. If Chelsea Green and Piper go after Michin because of her interrupting them, who do you see helping Michin? BFAB. Solved it. BFAB right there. It'll be BFAB. Yep. Richard's right. BFAB. Any other... Wait, is college football on right now? College football. Is it on now? Let's see. It is, but nothing I care about. Let's see. When's the college football playoffs? Is that today or tomorrow? I'm curious. But anyway. Yes, Kalani is turning heel. She is turning heel. That's good for Kalani. I love that. I love that Kalani is turning heel. That gives her something to do from a character standpoint. Lets her branch out, spread her wings, cut different type of promos, show her growth on the mic. That is awesome for Kalani Jordan. Oh, never mind. It's not. When will Lash and Jakara and Sol Ruka get called up? Lash and Jakara can get called up in a transfer window. So now for Lash and Jakara. Sol Ruka in the draft. I think at this point, I thought it could be early. Still could be. Right now she's kind of working with Zarya, so I don't think so anymore. So maybe in the draft for Sol Ruka. I think Lash and Jakara can get called up now and be tag team champions now. Yes, Kevin Owens is going to lose again. That is true. Jesus, that is true. Kevin Owens will lose. Again. And rightfully so, I guess. No, not rightfully so. Because he's right. He's right. Kevin Owens is right, so I would love for Kevin Owens to win, but it's not going to happen. This run where he's walking around with the winged belt, that's his run. This is his moment. He's not beating Kevin Owens, but he's walking around with the belt. He's in the limelight. He's in the forefront. So great for him. But he's going to lose. For sure. Do you think that Michin will take the U.S. title off Chelsea? No. Unfortunately, I do not. I could be wrong. But I think someone coming in from maybe NXT or from maybe a Jordan Grace might do that. I don't see her doing it. I'm going to lean towards someone else, but I'm not sure. Because Michin will be her first feud, right? That's our first feud as champion. Could it be Piper? Maybe, but not Michin. So I'll go someone else, not Michin. After Julia wins the title, Kalani could challenge her. Now that Kalani's a heel, that is true. And that's going to happen, by the way. all lining up, right? Kalani is going to be more of a heel going forward. She will ultimately challenge Julia once Julia is established, right? So once Julia becomes champion, which will be on the 7th, you will have more heels on the roster to facilitate those matches. So you're going to have Julia, Kalani, Jordan ultimately. You're going to have Julia, Stephanie, of course, at the end of the deliver. You may have a rematch between Julia and Roxanne at Vengeance Day. So here's my guess. Roxanne might go straight up to the main roster, or they may have her do a rematch at Vengeance Day to really establish Julia, right? Because at that point, they will not have had a actual pay-per-view match. Because remember, the first time they fought was on Tuesday. Second time will be on Tuesday, commercial breaks. So they haven't had a real, true PLE match yet. So that could happen at Vengeance Day, right? Then at Stand and Deliver, you do Julia, Stephanie Vaquer. Then going forward, with Julia being the face of the company, by that I mean the brand of NXT, then you could do Kalani Jordan, Zarya, so on and so forth. I have Stephanie being called up. So Stephanie gets called up after Stand and Deliver. She is main roster ready. Of course, she's one of the best in the world. And I think her marketability is going to be more beneficial on the main roster, which is why they wanted her so badly to begin with. Especially if the rumors are true that they're heading toward Mexico next year. You're going to want to have Stephanie on that card, maybe challenging for a mid-card belt. So if you want to have Stephanie against Lyra Valkyria or Stephanie against Jordynne Grace or whatever, you do that at a PLE in Mexico as a big match for her. You know, obvious money. So I think she gets called up in the draft, with Julia being the face of NXT, staying longer, of course, down there. That's my thought process. How long do I see? A while. Well, I won't say a while, because technically Trick Williams lost the belt, right? Remember when Trick lost it to Ethan Page? So you can have her drop the belt and win it back, but she won't really drop it, until 2026, I think, when they call her up, potentially. We're going to get a year-long Julia in the championship scene booking for her. So she'll be champion for most of 2025 and the beginning of 2026. And then we'll see what happens after Stand and Deliver in 2026. But she's the face of that company, so she'll be spearheading it for a while. So yeah, a long reign for her, with maybe dropping the belt for like a month or two here or there. But she'll be the overarching champion for the foreseeable future, which was the original plan all along. So yeah, Hank and Tank will beat. Yep, I agree. Hank and Tank will beat Fraxium. I don't care about Hank and Tank. I'm not invested in them, but it's gonna happen. Thoughts on Ridge going after Tony? What are you talking about? I'm lost. What do you mean Ridge went after Tony? Tony who? Cody said he's going to do the worst things to Kevin. But I wanted to see Cody put Kevin Owens through the table. Okay, Tony D'Angelo. Okay. You want to see some violence toward Kevin Owens? Are you going to see a package pile driver through the ladder? That'd be crazy. Ridge Holland, Tony D. So Ridge Holland is now going after the mid-card belt. Fine. Good for him. Something to do. Do I care about that storyline? No. I'm not a fan of Tony D. Don't really care about Ridge Holland. So it is what it is. It's a story. Will I be skipping it? Probably. Who do you see Ren Sinclair teaming up with just for one match? Julia, Stephanie, or Zarya? Probably Julia. I see Ren Sinclair as more of a likable face tweener thing. She's not really a heel. She's too popular now. So if anything, she teams with Julia. So I'll say Julia. That's my guess. Tony D title reign has been awful. Yes, no one cares. And they know that it's not going to translate to the main roster. So it was kind of rough for him, unfortunately. We'll see what happens. But I'm not the biggest fan of Tony D, but it is what it is. We'll see. We'll see how it goes with Tony D. Oh, by the way, early contender for Wrestler of the Year already. No one other than Sari. So Sari, she was Wrestler of the Year in my opinion for the women. She was Wrestler of the Year in Japan according to magazines, and now already she has bangers lined up early January. She got, of course, the big match with her and Utami for the Marigold red belt, right? That's happening. She has a match against Meiko Sanomura on her retirement tour. That's another match happening. And then she's going to have a match with Vinny for Seedling, her other belt. I hate that belt. That's another huge match with a very good wrestler. The woman already has big wrestler or match of the year type matches already lined up in January. She has 3 match of the year contenders already lined up in January. And she just won Wrestler of the Year. Sari, 125 again, is going to be her year. For the love of God, Triple H, I'm sure you're doing this. I'm sure Hunter is doing this. Call this woman. Tell her, hey, Sari, our bad. We love you. Come on back in 2026, okay? I believe she'll be back 2 years from now in the WWE, being an absolute killer. But yes, she is already set to be Wrestler of the Year in 2025. Sari, the Sun Goddess, we worship her all day long. Roman Reigns going to win over Solo and get his necklace back, his Ulafala, yep. No, you're wrong. Roman Reigns is going to lose because Drew McIntyre is going to interfere. I believe you're going to have Rhea Ripley get her crowning moment. Rhea get her crowning moment as new champion as she beats Liv Morgan, but Roman Reigns will get screwed by good old Drew McIntyre. And finally, we're going to get Drew facing off with Roman Reigns, which has been long overdue. That's been long overdue. Having Drew taking on Roman Reigns. So I think Drew will screw Roman Reigns the same way Solo screwed him or Roman Reigns at Clash of the Castle. Drew will come out with a black hoodie and pull the ref. It'd be like poetry. It rhymes. It'd be like, playing on to what happened before. I see Drew McIntyre screwing Roman Reigns. Then you have Roman Reigns going forward. Maybe at the Rumble. Maybe at Saturday Night Main Event. Maybe at the Chamber. I don't know. But I do believe that Roman Reigns will have to contend with Drew McIntyre quick, fast, and in a hurry. We got Drew screwing Roman on Netflix. Why are people hating on Liv facing 1-6 at Mania? People have Liv Morgan facing Nikki Cross because they think it's beneath her. They think she went from the top storyline with Rhea Ripley and Judgment Day and Finn to Wyatt 6, which is very much mid-card. So that's why they're hating on it. That's the reason. Let's see. Yep, he wanted her back last year, but she has signed already with Bull Nakano's promotion. I think called Sukaban. Yeah, she had signed with Sukaban. So that's going to end probably, I don't know when that contract going to be over, but I don't think she can sign with the WWE until that contract is over. She's a freelancer, but she's signed to that promotion. So, yeah, they really don't. Sukaban, they don't really have that many matches or shows. Kind of like once every 3-4 months. I don't know how many shows they even had. Let me see something real quick. Reban is her name for that promotion. Suribam. Let's see how many shows they've done. Cage match. Okay, let's take a look at this. Take a look. Events. 4 in their entire history. Oh my gosh. They've been 4 in their entire history, folks. Okay, so USA, New York, Florida, Los Angeles, London. They should let her out of her contract. Just let her go. I'm joking. But yeah. So she was on this show. She won the championship. So she just won the championship on this card, the one in London. See, title change. So yeah, it's really like not really that. That 2 last year, 2 in 2023. So they'll probably have 2 again in 2025. But she is signed to that. Is there something that can be done? I'm sure they can work something out. Bull Nakano is a WWE Hall of Famer. He was at WrestleMania to hang with all the legends. So I'm sure maybe even this year at 2025 WrestleMania, Bull Nakano will be there. And he could pull Bull Nakano and say, hey, Bull, Three's in this whole, this Sukiban story license promotion. We want her back now. So we'll just, we'll take her off your hands and we'll see how she takes it. But yeah, this promotion only has like 2 shows a year, but she is signed. She's officially signed to this promotion. It's a North American promotion, technically. So you can't just sign with the WWE, even though she's kind of free to do it where she wants, But we'll see. We'll see. Roster. 3. She's the only person who listed as a roster member. 3. But yeah, it's funny. There are other people on that damn card or that damn show, the roster. But yeah, it's interesting. I wonder how that conversation would go. Like, how would it go if Triple H said, "Hey, Serene, that contract you have, the Sukiban, kind of want you to like end it." See how that goes. Randy Orton is going to help Cody Rhodes retain. That's possible. It's possible. Here's a question for you: who are your top 5 favorites WWE women? Top 5 women in WWE women's. Bianca, Solo versus Drew McIntyre. I think Drew McIntyre faces Roman Reigns first. Bianca Belair, Io Sky. Those are the top 2. Rhea is in my top 5. Charlotte Flair is also in my top 5. Maybe even Sol Ruka might be next, or Kalani Jordan, or well, wait. Time out. Let's rewind. Bianca Belair, Io Sky, Stephanie Flair. I'm gonna forget she's in WWE. Stephanie Flair is in my top 5, so of course she's in my top 3 for the women in WWE. So yeah, Bianca, Io, Stephanie. Then, Rhea, Charlotte are in there. Ruka, Kalani Jordan. Yeah, it's a mix. It's a mix. My top 3 is Bianca, Io, Stephanie Flair, of course. Then it's kind of like a toss up between a couple of names. But yeah, that's my top 5 really. It's a top 3 and a loose top 5 really. To be completely honest with you. But the top 3 is set in stone. Does she still have WWE in her IG handle? Does she? She loves WWE. Every time I tweet out her name with WWE, she likes it. Every time. She always likes the tweet. So it's going to happen. Question is, when? That's all. But Sari will go back to WWE eventually. It'll be glorious. She'll go back even bigger name, even bigger star, and they'll treat her as such. They'll treat her as such. So I'm not really worried. Her name's still Saray WWE. I didn't know that. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. She's going back. She's going back, folks. She's going back. Only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. She probably created it for her WWE experience or her time down there and didn't bother changing it. But she's going back, folks. It's gonna be great. Wrestler of the year. It's going back eventually. Sun Goddess. Y'all go back to meet up with Julia. She's going back. No worries. I'm calm on the issue because it's going to happen. If Io wins the Rumble and faces Rhea Ripley, do you see it as who it done or going 3 matches? One and done. Okay. One and done. One and done. For sure. No trilogy there. It's one and done. Randy Orton going to help Cody Rhodes to retain. Yeah, I agree. It's going to happen. For sure. Solo McIntyre, when is it going to happen? On the Rumble? I doubt it. Since NXT and TNA are doing the crossover, is that still happening? Could we see Masha Slamovich on NXT in the future? Yes. We won't see Blanchard. Tessa Blanchard, but we'll see, I believe, Masha Slamovich eventually. I don't even know how they feel about the whole Tessa Blanchard thing, but I would think you would see Masha Slamovich on NXT television sometime in 2025, but who knows? Who knows? But yeah, not Tessa Blanchard. Masha for the Rumble? That'd be good. Can you imagine Masha facing off with Jordynne Grace in the Rumble at some point? Jordynne Grace eliminating Masha? That'd be huge. I'd book it. They'd have Jordynne Grace eliminate Masha Slamovich in the Rumble. Tie into their whole entire feud. That'd be great. I'd love to see a Megan Bayne. That's not happening, by the way, but can you imagine if Megan Bayne showed up at the Rumble? That'd be crazy. It's not happening, though. But yeah, Jordynne Grace eliminating Masha Slamovich, that's very, very possible, I'd say. Very possible. All right, folks. That is probably it for the stream. I got nothing else, I don't think, that I need to talk about. I'll do a quick little rundown of my Twitter to see if I have anything that I posted last night that I wanted to address. I don't think so. Again, if you want my thoughts on the Joshi stuff, go look at my other stream I did 2 days ago. But beyond that, big PLE tonight. I'm sorry, pay-per-view for AEW tonight. Tomorrow morning, you got the big Stardom Dream Queendom. Huge show. Huge show. Make on the Rumble? That could be huge. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. Would I do it? Sure. More likely to have a match at Stand and Deliver than have a Rumble spot, but that'd be cool. Who will be Fallon's final opponent for her title? Who will beat her for the title? Paxley or Thea Hale? What's happening with Thea Hale? Let me search her name real quick. Let me search her Twitter. What's going on with Thea? What is going on? Here is Thea. No, that's not her Twitter. What is going on? Thea Hale. Nothing really. She's tweeting. She's active, but she's not really doing anything. Huh. It's been a minute. But anyway, Thea Hale or Tatum Paxley will take the bit off of Fallon Henley, I think. So no, Thea Charlie wrestles, so no, not call up. But I do believe she will be contending against Fallon Henley for the mid card belt soon. I hope. Mako against Roxanne. Yep, that's what we do. Mako Roxanne at Stand and Deliver. This time, Mako getting the win. Yes, that's all we do. Stephanie Julia, Mako Roxanne Perez at Stand and Deliver. Have Mako match be a win is Roxanne on her retirement tour. If you don't know, Mako Santamora is retiring next year in late April. She'll be there for WrestleMania weekend. You book her to face Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez loses to her. Respect the legend. And Mako gets a big spot for the WWE weekend. And you respect her, you highlight her, and you reward her, you give her flowers on that day. That's what I would do. How do you see Triple H filling a 3-hour SmackDown? The same way they filled Raw. Bunch of backstage segments, bunch of multi-layered storylines, a bunch of storylines getting multiple segments like Raw did for Judgment Day. So, for example, saw how last night Bianca and Naomi and Nia Jax had that opening segment for like 25 minutes. Well, later on, you have another segment involving those characters. So just continue with storylines. So instead of having one segment for a storyline, you have multiple. So that's what I think. More time for mid card for the women. Like maybe Pleasure Green gets 2 segments instead of 1. So just more segments for storylines. That's all. We'll see. Ava could surprise Roxanne. That could be cool. Let's say Roxanne gets upset, which is very possible. Let's say she goes on like a rampage. Maybe she snaps because she lost to Julia. She blames Ava. You've always wanted me to lose. You never wanted me to be champion. And then she calls in Mako for a Stand and Deliver. That would mean that Roxanne stays there, which I think is very possible. Like everybody thinks that she's going to move up in the transfer window. I don't think so. I think Roxanne will stay down there. You give her a rematch. You give her Mako. That's all I would do. After Michin, Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, or BFAB, Piper Niven, Jordan Grace. It depends on what happens with the transfer window. All depends. All depends. All right, folks. I do think the main roster needs an influx of women talent. Does it need an influx of talent, or does it just need them to be highlighted? Look at Candice LeRae. She was in the damn catering doing nothing for the longest time. Now she's being featured. Now she's getting highlighted. Now she's getting time. So is it about getting more women in there? Or is it about highlighting the women that's there? Look at Blair Davenport, not on TV. A lot of women who are not on TV. So I agree they can use 1 or 2, but I think it's more about using the talent you have, more so than calling new people up. Just elevate your Candice LeRaes, your Blair Davenports, your Hidden Katana Chance, your Kiana Jameses, your elevate folks. Now, if it's true that the women's tag team division is going down to Netflix, going down to NXT, well then you want to bolster the mid card, then I agree. Yes, I agree. If we assume that the people who are in the tag team division, like your Alpha Fires, your Aladons, if we assume they're going to be in NXT to facilitate the booking of the women's tag team division, then I agree. You need to bolster the mid card on SmackDown. Jordan Grace. So Ruka early call up for all I care. Like, I agree there. So yeah, we agree there. We agree. Yeah, you're right. They should mix it up a bit with the transfer window. If Lyra is in the finals, she'll win the title. I agree. I agree. Lyra lost to Nia Jax, right, in the Queen of Ring tournament. Lost to Io in the Battle Royal. This is her time. Lyra will beat Io, I believe, on Monday. There's another loss. Another loss for Io. Does Dakota win on Monday? No. So don't think you want to do Lyra against Dakota Kai. Unless Dakota is turning heel. You probably want to do Lyra against Zoe Stark. That's a banger, by the way. It's an absolute banger. Clear face, clear heel for the Raw show. I do believe that the debut of Raw on Netflix will have that match, the final. It'll be Lyra against Zoe Stark. I will assume they're going to cook in the ring. Zoe can go. I do that more so than Dakota Kai, Lyra. Let Zoe Stark and Lyra Valkyria put on a banger with their athleticism, with their chemistry. Do that. Lyra beats Zoe Stark. Crown her. And then you can bring in Dakota Kai later on to tell a storyline if you want to. But no, I don't want to see Dakota, Lyra. Lyra Zoe Stark. That's what I want to see. Lyra Zoe Stark. I think Zoe Stark gets help from Shayna Baszler and Sonya Deville in her semifinals. So they'll protect Dakota Kai. It gives Zoe Stark clear heel taking on the clear face Lyra. And then we'll go from there. All right, folks, that is it for the stream this time. I'm really cutting it off now. Thanks so much for joining me. Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if you're watching it on replay. Head over to Twitter, and that's where you can contact with me and talk to me about other stuff. Ask me more questions over there. But thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys later. Again, watch AEW show tonight, or watch the, if you can, find a way, watch the Stardom Dream Queendom. Good wrestling to show you guys later on. And we'll talk about it later. Peace.